Hey guys, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what I have dubbed as my read review keep box. These are just books that I've either owned for a very long time or owned for a short time, but I want to basically read them, put a review of them on Goodreads, and see if I want to keep them or not. I started doing this kind of by accident last year. I just picked a few random books. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep them, but I wanted to put a review of them on Goodreads, so I went through them, and I think out of all those books, I ended up keeping one. It was either one or it was two. I know for sure I kept one at home. I'm not sure about the other one because I didn't write them down. And this time I went through pretty much all my books that I own, and I made a list of them. The books in this box that you can't see because it's down here. The books here, this isn't all of them. I do have some in some other places that I need to put in this as well. But the goal is to share at least these books in this box with you guys and kind of share them and maybe my predictions on whether I'm going to keep them or not. Some of them are series, some of them are standalones. Some of them are old favorites, some of them I'm iffy on. So yeah, I'm not going to go into great depth on any of these books. I'm just basically going to show them to you and maybe my guesses on what they are. I'm trying to do a fairly quick video before I have to, like go make dinner and live life. So, yeah, we're going to do that. And also I'm going to ask you guys, if you want to, at the end of this video, go ahead and leave a comment down below of which book you would want me to start with. And maybe I'll do a video surrounding that, like, I don't know, a reading vlog or something. I have no idea. I still haven't quite tested out with reading vlogs yet, so this could be a help for that. So, yeah, just, so pay attention to what the books are and just drop which one you want me to read first in the comments below, and whichever one gets the most amount, I'll read first. So, with that, let's just get into it. I'm probably not going to hold all of these up if they're series, but the first one is The Night Dance by Suzanne Wynne. It's a old library copy. I know this is it's a fairy tale retelling. It's a 12 dancing princesses with some Arthurian legend mixed in. This is the only one from the Once Upon a Time series that I actually ever liked, but I don't know if it would stand up to what I like nowadays. So yeah, I've read this twice before and I have liked it before. What will I still keep it or not? I'm very unsure. I know there's some insta-love in here, which doesn't always bother me. It depends on how it's handled. I might keep this one. That's my prediction. Not sure, but this one might be a good candidate to keep, but my taste in fairy tale retellings have changed a bit, so yeah, we'll put this as a maybe. Also, I have She Said Yes by Misty Bernal. This is a biography about one of the students who was shot in the Columbine High School shooting. I remember I really enjoyed this when I read this. This one I probably will end up keeping. I just want to reread it and kind of refresh myself. I did find it inspiring. I only read it once. So, yeah, I would say this one's a very high chance that I'll keep it. The next one is the series of 8 books. I have like the first 3 out. I'm not going to show you the whole series. That is Winnie the Horse Gentler by Dandy Daly Mackall. This is a Christian contemporary horse book series. It's middle grade. I had this series, yeah, if you're looking at it and you're like, I kind of recognize that, but the cover looks different. This is the extremely original cover. They have new covers now. But, I remember I got these when I was younger. But oddly enough, I did not read them that much. Oh, the only book I remember reading more than once is book 6 and possibly book 5. I have a theory that I probably will not keep these. I do remember even as a kid thinking the main character, Winnie, was a little much. I'm not even sure what I felt for it, but I do know in the past that I have noticed this when I reread books that I had when I was younger or whatever, or that I read when I was younger. If I avoided them then, it was usually for a very good reason. And I do remember reading most of these only once. So I have a very good suspicion that I probably will not end up liking these much. Yeah, so we'll see about that. There's 8 of them, so, but they're all fairly small, so yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna haul the rest of them out. Okay, the other ones I have, this one, yeah, it bent the corner, oh well, is the Tangled Sin Story comic. Mainly, this is literally like the movie in pages. The only reason I might get rid of this one is because the quality is like really terrible. If you can see like the page quality, the pictures don't look very good. Not to mention, when I bought this, I was looking for something a little more in-depth. That sounds weird to say you want a comic, though comics can be very in-depth. I wanted something different than what it actually ended up being. So, I'm basically, this one would probably be the quickest one to read. And I'm just gonna see if I want to keep it. Like, I haven't looked at it since I first read it, like, years ago. So, likelihood of keeping this one, very nil, even though it is a Tangled book, and I do collect those. But I tend to like to collect books and stuff that I like. If I don't like it, I'm not going to keep it. So, yeah, this one has a very low chance of being kept. The next one is The Island Stallion by Walter Farley. Mainly, I do remember when I first read this, I liked it. Mainly, this one is a confirmation of whether I like it or not. Oddly enough, of the famous Black Stallion books and stuff, I pretty much only like the first one, the Black Stallion, and I always liked the second one, which is the Black Stallion Returns. The rest of the books I could really leave in any way, because, which is kind of weird, because you know, they're all horse books and stuff, and that was generally when I was reading these, that's all I read. So you'd think I would have liked them, but oddly enough, I only ever really liked those two, and there was another one. Black Stallion's Mystery, I think that one I liked, but yeah, the rest of them were just always hit or miss. This is completely different characters, a completely different wild stallion. And I do remember liking this first book, but whether I still will or not, that's what I'm determining. The likelihood of me keeping this one, I'm gonna put this as a maybe, but I fully don't know. Just because, you know, it was a passing like. It wasn't like my favorite, like the Black Stallion, for example. I read that book over and over again. My copy looks like it too. So, I don't know. I'll put this as a maybe. We'll see. The next one I have is The Siren by Kira Cass. I tried the Selection, which is her most popular series, and I did not like it. I mean, I tried the first book, and it has a love triangle in it, so, you know, if you've known me for 5 minutes, you should know that that is a really great way of me not liking the book. So, yeah, not to mention I thought the whole thing was just a little much. But I do really remember liking The Siren when I read it. I just kind of want to reread it and see if I still think that. So, yeah, this one, I think I have a high chance of keeping this one. But, yeah, I really like the cover and just how shiny it is. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could keep this one and still like it. So, this one is a possible keep, in my opinion. Most of them have not been, so that's a high up standing. Okay, high up standing. What does that even mean? Ignore my babbling. Anyways, the next one is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is it's Alice in Wonderland. It's basically the origins of the Queen of Hearts, which is the villain, if you don't know anything about Alice in Wonderland. I remembered I read this, and I really enjoyed it the first time. I think I would have a better chance. I think I will probably end up keeping this one. I just want to make sure, because it is a villain origin story, and it's, you know, it's a villain origin story, so it ends quite tragically. So, and I generally try to keep more upbeat books, but I do like it. At least I did when I first read it. So I want to at least give it another shot before I determine whether or not I will keep it. So, I I think this one I will keep. I'm just going to put it as a keep and not a maybe, because I know I'm cheating with the maybes. So, but yeah, I think I will actually keep this one. Not to mention, it's a beautiful book. Like, this is what it looks like under the dust jacket. It's a gorgeous book. So, I will be very sad if I do have to get rid of it, because I remember I got this at the thrift store, too, for like $1, and it's normally $20. So, probably higher now with the way they charge things nowadays. So, yeah. But I think I will keep this one. So we're going to put that as a keep. Possibly. These are all possibilities, don't forget. This one's controversial for me. That is Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is the novelization by Alan Dean Foster. I have conflicting opinions, mainly because the sequel series movies, I didn't like them. Except for the first one, The Force Awakens. The second one I hate. And the third one is... It was so messed up by the time they got there. It was just like, I didn't even believe half of this. And then, like, they didn't even keep with what the Star Wars lore already was set up. So it was just like, this is just a dumpster fire. I don't like it. So, about the only one I do sort of like, because I think it was a good setup, was The Force Awakens, which is the first movie. And this is the novelization based on it. I have conflicting opinions because this book is what got me interested in Star Wars to begin with. And I like Star Wars. So, yeah, I do have some kind of, it's not really nostalgia because, I don't know, isn't nostalgia meaning you like, you know, had it in childhood type thing? I did not read this in childhood. So, I don't know. I have a strong attachment, let's put it that way, to this book for that reason. But I don't know if I will keep it on that grounds or not. I definitely want to reread it and see if I want to keep it on that. But it is the book that got me into Star Wars. I did very much like the characters in this first one. I just thought the movies were... Because the first movie was good. It's by the time they got to the last two that it was like, this is ridiculous. So, this one I'm putting as a maybe, because I do have issues with the movies. But this is the book that kind of got me into Star Wars, which I do like, so I'm going to put this as a maybe, mainly because of the whole, how I feel about the series surrounding it. It might taint my view on it, so yeah. The next one's a trilogy. I only own the first two books, and that is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Rick Riordan, the author of the Percy Jackson series. I had the first book, The Sword of Summer, and the second one, The Hammer of Thor. I liked these. When I first read them, I really enjoyed them. Magnus Chase, I would probably say, is my second favorite series, at least after Percy Jackson of this author's. However, I do know these books, they don't really have, well, they kind of have some politically correct issues that I have with them. So, and from what I remember, the third one wasn't as great. It wasn't, you know, a slammer of an ending or something, but I am definitely planning on, if you've watched my reading goals videos, you know I'm already planning on rereading Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series, which Heroes of Olympus is in this read review keep area. The books just don't fit in the box, so they're not out here. So, mainly because I also just don't like the author's writing anymore. So I'm not continuing any of his books, his new books or anything, because I think he does the same plot over and over again, and it's boring. And his humor really isn't that great anymore. So, but this was his one new series that I really liked, was Magnus Chase. So I do like, I haven't looked into it extensively, but I do kind of like Norse mythology, and I've always been interested in like Scandinavian culture and stuff. So yeah, I definitely want to reread these and determine if I want to keep them or not. Obviously, when I reread these, I will be checking the third book out from the library and determining that one as well. I just remember, especially in the second and the third books, there were some issues that I had with it. So yeah, I kind of just want to establish to myself if those issues are enough that I would get rid of these books or not. So yeah. Of all of them, I do remember loving the first one the most, so if nothing else, I might just keep the first book. So, I don't know. I would say almost a yes for this one and a maybe for the second one. So, we shall see. Also, my opinion on how he presented Thor might have changed now since I've watched Marvel. And, you know, their Thor, so, who I do like. So, that might have a problem. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. The next one is Forest of Shadows by Camilla Benko. This is a tie-in to the Frozen franchise. I remember I liked this when I first read it. I'm conflicted on whether I would keep it. Yeah. Yeah, this one's a maybe. Because I'm not sure, because I do know there was something in here mentioned that I don't agree with. So, whether I will get rid of the book on the grounds of that or not is another thing, but yeah. We'll definitely see. It's a very beautiful book. I do really like the cover. It's really pretty. So, yeah, and there's the back cover. So, I don't know. This one's a maybe. Okay, the next one's The Pony with No Name by Diana Hallam. This is an old favorite from when I was younger. I have a very good feeling I will probably keep this. It's like a mystery. It's another horse book because that's pretty much all I read for like years. So I did remember really, really enjoying this. I read this quite a bit. I have a feeling I will probably end up keeping this one. This one I probably also will keep. That is Star Wars Rebels, The Rebellion Begins. Of the animated TV series, I love Rebels the most. I know it's an unpopular opinion because more people like Clone Wars, but actually I like Rebels better. So yeah, and this is just a novelization of the first 2 episodes of season 1. So I have a feeling I'll probably end up keeping this one. And the other one, I have a very good feeling I will be getting rid of this one. That is The Huntress of Thornback Forest by Melanie Dickerson. I'm sorry, Celestia, I know you love this book, but I remembered I liked it the very first time I read it. That's literally the only time I read it. And I have an issue with some of Melanie Dickerson's writing, at least nowadays. I feel like it's just the same old thing and her writing quality hasn't gotten better. That's a personal opinion of mine. But this one I do remember liking, but I do remember there was a love triangle in it that annoyed the heck out of me. So, and my feelings on love triangles being what they are, I have a feeling I'm probably not going to keep this book. Sorry. To anyone who loves it. Okay. And the last one is a last series, and no idea about this one. And that is Christy Miller by Robin Jones Gunn. I have all 4 of the these omnibus collections. I don't know about these. I enjoyed some of the books, like later on in the series. I enjoyed a lot of them. I also did not enjoy a lot of them. So, I know it's a classic Christian series, and I do respect it for that, but I don't know if I'll keep it. Yeah. The thing is, most of them are probably like 3-star books, and 3-star books are for me the threshold of if I will get rid of them or not. So, yeah, I don't really know. It could have a chance of staying around on my shelves. It could have a chance of me getting rid of the whole series. I would say probably this one's a maybe. But, yeah, I have nothing against the series. I do remember I really enjoyed them, and I enjoy the way she approached, like, talking about God and stuff. But there were other issues I did have with it, especially in the very first book. I do remember Christy is a brat. I mean, she's only 14, so okay. But, and I do remember in some of the other books, I did think Christy was unnecessarily stupid. So, there's that. But, yeah. So, that's a maybe. Also, also for contemporary books, I tend to put a higher bar on the ones I keep, because most contemporary books I do not like. It's something I read a lot when I was younger, but yeah, I just don't really connect with very many contemporary books anymore. So, yeah, we shall see. So that's all that's in the box. Like I said, there's more books. Like I said, also Heroes of Olympus is one of the series. by Rick Riordan. That's also in here, but you know, this box is only so big. So I'm only showing the ones that are in this box. When I say read a bunch of them and refill it, I'll show this video again. I'll do it like a part 2 with the rest of them. But for now, that is pretty much it. So to kind of review, if you want to post a comment down below and vote for which one you want me to try to read first, your options are Christy Miller, The Huntress of Thornback Forest, The Rebellion Begins, The Pony with No Name, Forest of Shadows, Magnus Chase. Obviously, if it's a series, if you say, you can just put in like Christy Miller, Magnus Chase, and that's fine. I will then just do the whole series. Okay, The Force Awakens, Heartless, The Siren, The Island Stallion, the Tangled Sin Story comic, Winnie the Horse Gentler, She Said Yes, and The Night Dance. So those are the choices. If you want to vote down below, like I said, just put the title of the book if it's a standalone. If it's a series, just put the series name. Like I think the only series in here is Winnie the Horse Gentler, Christy Miller, and Magnus Chase. So just put those in. If you want to just say like put Winnie in the comments, I will know which one you're talking about. So yeah, and just let me know. And whichever of the books in the comments gets the most requests, like say 3 people comment and 2 people say the same one, I will then just do that one. So it's whoever gets the highest amount of comments. If there is no height of comments, I'll just list them down below. I'll just list them in a list of which ones to read first. So out of this entire box. And I'll do some kind of video surrounding them. Either just a wrap-up video of what I thought about them and if they lived up to whether I kept them, didn't, or whether they were a yes, no, or a maybe. And yeah, that's it. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this rather unconventional type weird video off the wall that I just decided to do. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching, you guys. Bye!